Up though, man, it's your boy OneWay, Key Money, and I'm out here on break. So I'm just doing this little vlog and tell y'all about the first time me going in prison and how it is. I was locked up in Ohio penitentiary. Since, I had turned myself in, so, I went to the county. I was in there for like 2-3 days, and then they ride you out to your parent. Well, not even to your parent, to your intake. So intake is Lorraine. It was called Lorraine at the time. Lorraine Institution. Yeah, so you go to Lorraine or whatever, and that's where, you do all your little, you get signed in, do all that type of shit, get your inmate number, or whatever. But they transport me from Stark County to Lorraine in a prison bus. It's like a school bus, but you chained up to somebody else. And, when I got to Lorraine, they put you in that room, you know what I'm saying? You be in there for hours too, like a good 2-3 hours before they really get to you, you know what I'm saying? But when they finally get to you, you strip, you know what I'm saying? You do the squat and cough, all that. They check under your balls, they do all that type of shit. And after that, you put back on your clothes. And then you go sit in the room again for a couple of hours. You go sit in that bitch again for a couple of hours. So now when they call you up or whatnot, you gotta go see, the doctor. They gotta ask you questions like, if you got AIDS, all that shit. See if you got all that shit, if you been beat, bruised, all that type of shit or whatnot. So, you go through all that. And then, they do your eyesight shit, make sure you can see. They take your height. They ask for your name. You go through the process. So the last process you go through is going to get your inmate ID. So you go in this room, you take a picture of your inmate ID, and then they give you a number, an inmate number. And I remind you, bro, each person that walked through that prison, any prison, as I know of, they get $60,000 per inmate. So just think about it, man. It's probably 20 inmates, 30 inmates walking in a prison a day, bro. But it's a cycle because they just repeating. It's the same people, same inmates. So, boom, they give you your number. Now you going in this house. It's a house, but it's like it's a prison. It's a level 3 prison, Lorraine is. So, you got cells, you know what I'm saying? Some people get in the cell, some people stay on the floor. Me personally, I liked the cell because, it's your personal space. When you're on the floor, you're in the middle of the floor, in front of the COs. You do more stuff on the floor though, like you might can use the microwave, you know what I'm saying? You might can sneak and watch a little TV with the inmates that's parent there, you know what I'm saying? But when you intake, you don't get nothing, man. Let me remind y'all, when you intake, you don't get nothing. You gotta go through all your stuff first before you even go to another house. You still ain't even at your parent yet. You just go to another house so you can get commissary and you sit in that house until you get parent to your prison you're going to be staying at. Man, intake a motherfucker, man. I'm talking about some people being in intake for like, 2-3 weeks, man. Thank God I only was in intake for like 7 days, for like a week. But, man, I'm talking about you just sitting there. You can't get no commissary. You can't do shit. Like, one of your homies probably got to bring you a soup or something. Can't use the microwave. You got to sit there until they put you in a different house. Then you go to your parents' house. After you get out of intake or whatnot, you go to a different house. They class you to a house. And you sit in there until you go to the prison that you was classed to. In the midst of all of that, you got to go through the gang unit. You know what I'm saying? When I went through the gang unit, I remember he took my shirt off. I'm tatted up and shit. You know what I'm saying? He took my shirt off and shit. He took my shirt off. He like, what's the NWO stand for? So, I'm playing a role. I'm like, shit, it's a wrestling group. Shit, the NWO shit, the wrestling shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of WWE. Okay, he was rolling with it, like, oh, okay. So, I got NSK on me. I'm like, what's this mean? I'm like, I'm from Michigan. So, it say, I told him, like, it stand for North Side. So, he's like, oh, I see you was in Kansas. You ain't that type of North Side and all that out there. I'm like, no, I'm from Michigan or whatnot. You feel me? So, he's like, all right. Boom, he ain't hit me with no gang spec. So, a week later, right, the nigga called me back. Call me back in there like, yeah, I see you had me really good, man. He turned his computer around and he got to showing me all types of shit about Cuddy Keys and the NWO movement, how we got indicted, Latin Kings and Bloods and shit all in it. So he tagged me as a blood in the joint. I wasn't in there on that blood shit or nothing like that though. I was really to myself, you know what I'm saying? I was like in a level 2 and a level 1. So niggas out, level 2 niggas thugging, you know what I'm saying? It's turn, but you mind your own business, you cool. Now level 3, that's a different type of, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Level 3, nigga, they gon' come holler at you. If you ain't in the game, you ain't knowing that, oh, I'm just here to do my job. Nah, nigga, gotta come out that shit. So when you get in the house that you, they send you at from intake. So now you got, open rec. You can work out. You can hop on the phone, get commissary. You get certain times. So like every other day, it's like gym. You go to the gym for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We go there and hoop, get our hair cut, watch a movie, work out. Then the next day, you know what I'm saying, we get in-house rec. So like, but the in-house so big, it's over 200 people, so they got split it in half. So some days people don't come out at all, you know what I'm saying? Some days you be in the cell 24 hours. Inside rec, it'd be like an hour and a half. So you got to think about in that hour and a half, you got to take a shower, work out, hop on the phone, do whatever you got to do, make some food and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how that is. Sometimes you can sit the spot you at before you go to your parent for months. Sometimes you can sit in that bitch for 90 days before you go to your parent prison. I went to Richland. It's in Mansfield, Ohio. I went to Richland. You go to your parent. Well, level 2 is open, so you can come out. If the yard open, you can come out anytime. You can use the phone anytime you want to. You can get a TV and watch TV. You get your tablet. You get your J player. You know what I'm saying? You can do, it's all that now. So intake in your prison before you go to your parent, you can't do none of that shit. You only can do, well, it's a level 3 anyway. So level 3 is controlled movement anyway. You got to walk in line when you go to cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? Like at child, you know what I'm saying? Well, lunch, child, dinner, whatever, breakfast, you can go if you want to. You ain't got to go if you want to, but if you want to, you can. You know what I'm saying? But when you at your intake and your, you know what I'm saying, your spot before you go to your parents, all control movement, you got to do whatever the fuck they say. All that shit. In prison, it's all type of programs there you can do to get out early. I don't wish prison on nobody, though, at all. Like, that shit lame. But prison would teach you a lot and toughen you up. Just COs, inmates, life, just being in there, what you did, you thinking on it. That shit toughen you up, man. Sometimes it get you spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like, prison something else, man. Let me tell y'all about the cook-ups, the breaks. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, commissary, they got the regular shit, you know what I'm saying? Noodles, beef sticks, summer dogs, chips, condiments, cheese, ketchup, mayo, barbecue. They got all that shit. Candy, all type of candy, deodorant, soap, lotion. They even got clippers on that bitch. They got razors. You can order a food box. That's like shit that's outside world. Like, they got chips, but they probably got Doritos, but they ain't got the spicy Doritos or the hot Cheetos, hot fries. They got all that shit in a food box. So it's like a magazine that you can get. You can order food out of. The white tees, briefs, order games. You can order a necklace, chessboards, pens, paper, envelopes, stamps, whatever. You can order all type, a cup, a jug. You order types of shit out this, you know what I'm saying, food box. Then you got the clothes box. You order shoes, jogging fits, white tees, socks, drawers, shit like that. Wave caps, a certain brush, clippers, TV. Prison something else, man, because they really be trying to have people real comfortable in there, so y'all got to be careful, man. You feel me? For real. Then you got niggas that's gambling, they food, poker table, that bitch probably slapping. Then you got the dice game, instead of putting your food up, we'll go get some cards and cut them bitches up and make them to chips, 50-cent chips. We get the food to the house and then you give us our chips and we do it like that, you know what I'm saying? Hella fights, gang banging, whatever you want to know about prison is all there. That's facts. Niggas smoking joints like this in there. Niggas smoking big joints in that bitch. Got whatever type of drug you need in that bitch. COs, cricket, some female COs ready for whatever. I was almost in a movie, man. Free my nigga Reese, man. My Lima, Ohio nigga, man. We had a whole situation going on in that bitch. But prison's something else, man. I don't want to wish that on nobody. Then it be the silly niggas, man, that come in and just want to be down or faking and shit, and then next thing you know, they getting their head split because they lying, because, you know, niggas checking their temperature and paperwork and all that. See if they really out here on that. You know, there's all types of shit in prison, man. You gotta watch 100. But yeah, man, it's your boy OneWay Key Money, man. Subscribe me on YouTube. Word for the day. In North Prison, freedom guys. If the nigga call you, answer it. Put a couple dollars in your phone, holler at him. Right, JPay him. You know, send him a couple dollars to get some music on his JPay. You know, shit like that, man. And I'm out.